UFC Fight Night, Evloev versus Murphy went down last night, so I'm going to go through the entire card, main event to the early prelim opener, and give you my reaction and breakdown to every single fight on the card. Now, I'm very sick, so I might sound a bit dumb the whole time, and I might forget what I'm saying, but fuck it, we're going to roll with it anyway. We'll start with the main event. One of the weirdest fights I've ever seen in my entire life. I still think Lerone got, I don't know if I'd say robbed. I don't think you can score the fight from Movza. I think a draw is the most valid outcome for this fight. Fuck me, I'm dying. I think Lerone definitely won the first couple rounds, and I think it was round 5, Movza definitely won, and I think it was round 4 where the point deduction happened, so that's obviously a draw, and, well, I think you can arguably give that round to Lerone. I didn't personally, and I think round 3 was Movza. I'm just going off the top of my head. Watching it live, I thought it's either 48-46 Lerone, obviously the point deduction playing into it, or 47-47. I don't think there's any reasonable way where you can give round 1 or 2 to Movza. I think if he actually wrestled, definitely could have won those first couple rounds. I'm not sure if he would have, but I'm not sure what his game plan was. You know, watching the fight live, I wasn't surprised he didn't shoot for the first like 3-4 minutes of round 1. He does do that sometimes. You saw it against Arnold Allen. When Movza, he'll wait until the end of the round to shoot. I thought that's what he was going to do. So I was like, yeah, 3 minutes into the fight, I'm not too surprised that he hasn't shot a takedown yet. But then once it got to like halfway through round 2 and the whole way through round 2, and he's, in my opinion, losing 2-0. I think in most people's opinions, he was losing 2-0. And he still hasn't shot a takedown. I was like, what's going on here? Then obviously once he started shooting the takedowns, he shot 10 times, he got 9 of them. This is what I said. I said he'd be able to get Lerone down easily, and Lerone would be able to get up easily, which is exactly what happened, but I'm just not sure why he didn't do it earlier on in the fight. I think he could have I think he could have won the fight pretty easily if he did shoot the takedowns. One thing I will say, even though I still think Lerone won, or like I said, at worst a draw, I think this fight showed Movza is the much better fighter out of the two of them. Fucking hell. Let me move this. I think they showed that Movza is the much better fighter out of the two of them. It's just he had a weird game plan. I'm not sure if the UFC did say something to him, like saying, you know, Gene Silver's here, he could get the next title shot. You got to make it exciting somehow, so that's why he didn't shoot. And then he realised, oh fuck, I actually got to shoot here, try and get the dub. I don't know if something like that happened. It wouldn't surprise me with how the UFC and the Paramount deals all been going on recently. But yeah, Movza gets the win over Lerone. I still think it should have been a draw or a Lerone win. That's just the thing. If it was a draw, I don't think anyone would have been mad. I think if every judge scored this a draw, I think everyone on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter would all be like, yeah, that's valid, you know. Obviously, it would leave the division in a weird place because you'd have no number 1 contender. You couldn't just run the rematch because Lerone's obviously messed his hip up. So, fucking hell. So you wouldn't be able to just run the rematch. So it would leave the division in a weird place, but I do think that would have been the right decision. Yeah. I've seen some people on Twitter as well posting this screenshot, not this one specifically, but like of the strikes and being like, oh yeah, how can you say that it was a robbery when Movza landed more strikes? Please never fucking talk about the sport again, okay? If you want to say Movza won, give us different reasons other than he landed more strikes in the fight. Because if you go to significant strikes, Lerone won more. Lerone landed more. Anyway, it's been a bit of a fucking rant there because these guys on Twitter are pissing me off. But yeah, weird main event, weird fight. Wasn't a bad fight, wasn't great. It was pretty mid. Like this whole card, I don't think it was. I've seen people on Twitter say this was a really bad card. I'm gonna make a video on this as well with the UFC and what they're doing with these UK cards right now, but I'll post it on TikTok, not on there. This whole card was just kind of mid in my opinion. Like we had weird main event. Oh my god, the UFC fucking can't fix their website. This was a decent scrap, not too bad. This was shit. This was obviously first round KO, is what it is. Again, this was just a meh fight. This was a cool finish. This was fight of the year. Well, not fight of the year, but it'll definitely be one of the best ones so far this year. This was a decent fight, good technical fight. So like, this wasn't like an outright bad card in my opinion, but it also wasn't like, it's not one you're going to be remembering at the end of the year, you know, when you're going through it and talking about which were the best cards of the year. But yeah, that's the main event. I could make a whole video on it, but I think I would pass out, so I'm not going to. We'll go to the co-main event. Like I said, pretty decent fight. I said in my prediction I thought this would be fight of the night. I didn't realise fucking Mason Jones and Axel Sola were that desperate for the 15k win money, but fair play to them. I do think Luke Riley won. Seen people saying robbery. Seen people saying 30-27 Riley as well. I don't think it was either. I think it was 2-1. And yeah, good fight. I think Riley. I'm not sure how old he is. I don't think he's ready for a guy just outside the rankings, like a him versus a Danny Gay. The only problem is he gets hit a lot, so I could see him getting slumped. But he is also from next gen, so the chances of him having a good chin are pretty high up. You know, all the guys at that gym just seem to have good chins. So, fuck me, I can't speak. Good win from Riley. Michael Aswell is a pretty decent fighter. I think the only losses he has are like Oki on a couple of days' notice in the UFC. Yeah, that's the only loss he has. I can't remember what his contender series fight was, but he's not a bad fighter, especially for a guy like Luke who's like 25, 26, coming up the rankings. Good win for him. Good thing to go 3 rounds in the UFC as well, get some good experience. And yeah, I think should fight a guy just outside the rankings next, and then you give him a guy up in the top 15. Fuck. Next fight. Oh, do I have to talk about this? Jesus Christ. MVP beat Sam Patterson. Now, what I will say, I don't think all the blame should go on MVP for this fight, which is what's happening. You know, people on Twitter, they are rightfully saying he's a boring fighter and that his style is overrated in terms of entertainment and everything. All that is true, but with MVP, he needs his opponent to actually engage with him. He's a counter striker, you know. He needs to let them walk forward, throw something so he can counter them and land the big shots and drop him. It's what he did to Jared in the moments that he dropped him. He's what he did to Kev. That's why the Kev fight was a decent fight. It wasn't like a barn burner or anything, but it wasn't bad. And that's because Kev actually tried to engage with him. And then we saw MVP, land the spinning elbows and he landed a quick 1-2, dart in and out, blah blah blah. That's what he needs. That's what his style is. So when he's got a guy like Sam Patterson who's not actually trying to engage with him, and when he actually did in round 3, he won the round, I think. I can't even fucking remember. I was scrolling through TikTok eating chocolate ice cream, I'm going to be honest. But when Sam actually did try to engage, he was having a bit more success. And I think that's what you need to beat MVP at this point. I don't know who each guy should fight next. Well, Patterson can just fight anyone outside the rankings. It doesn't really matter. As for MVP, I don't know if he's sticking at middleweight or welterweight. Both divisions are pretty booked up right now in terms of the fights that he could realistically get. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get another weird moment where he's fighting some random guy that no one would expect him to fight, like what happened with this fight with Patterson. But yeah, shit fight. But I do think Sam Patterson needs to get more of the blame than he currently is getting. Fucking hell, I'm gonna die. Okay, Iwo Barrianescu, he just knocked out Lane in 30 seconds. I'm not even going to talk about it. We all knew it was going to happen. Lane has the worst chin ever, and he was dropping down a weight class. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. He's going to get cut from the UFC. Give Iwo I don't think you can give him a ranked opponent next. Give him like a tough guy outside the rankings, because I don't want him to go straight into the rankings next after fighting a couple cans in Ebo and Austin Lane. But I do think he is good enough to be in the rankings very soon. Fucking hell. Okay, next fight. Delidze versus Leroy Duncan. Delidze is a weird fucking fighter. He kept trying to roll for the leg or something, and it made it look like he was getting dropped 5 times. So that might play into why he lost. I don't think he lost anyway, but he had a bit of success. He dropped CLD in the first round, which is kind of concerning. I know it was like a spinning back fist out of nowhere that CLD wouldn't see coming, but not the greatest look for him, I'm going to be honest. Delidze, get him out of the rankings so he can just not have to fight these up-and-coming guys, which I think, if they keep in the rankings, fucking hell, he's going to have to do. Oh, I shouldn't have recorded this. I've lost what I was saying. CLD, let him fight Jared next. That makes sense. He looked alright. I don't think he's going to go far in the division or anything, but English guy got the dub, so cool. Campbell versus Danny Silva. Scousers apparently do get knocked out. That's like the 3rd time it's happened now. I think Curtis Campbell won the first round, I'm pretty sure. I can't even remember. Let's look at the stats, might be able to tell me. I think he took him down early, landed a few nice shots, and then Campbell reversed him. Not Campbell. Silva reversed him, landed a couple of shots of his own. So I'm pretty sure Campbell won the first round, and then just got knocked out straight away in the second round anyway, which is sad to see, you know. But Danny Silva's a cool guy. He has fun fights, so it's not like a terrible thing. The only person who's beaten him is Vallejos in the UFC. I know he's had a couple close decisions with Almeida and Kulabau, but this was a big moment, you know. Didn't get the bonus, which is questionable. Hopefully they gave him something anyway. I mean, he got the finish bonus, I guess, but yeah, he looked alright. I think fucking hell. I still think Campbell's a decent fighter. I think he'll get in the rankings in the next few years, but this was a tough debut. I did pick him. I think he'd win a decision, which I thought looked like it could have been pretty decent. Danny Silva was surviving well. He's got a great chin. Wasn't going to get knocked out or anything. And then Curtis Campbell just got caught and got put to sleep. I guess with this, even if he is Scouse, looking at this guy, you can't trust him to have a good chin, to be honest. So, well, I guess Paddy does, so I just kind of contradict myself. Oh my god, I'm dying. Fucking hell. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. I'll go skip past most of these prelims very quickly. This was one of the best fights so far this year. Average Mason Jones fight at this point. We are all Mason Jones fans. I've been a fan for a while, but now everyone's getting to see it. Get him off the prelims as well. Get him on the main card next time. Axel Sola dropped him in round 1 with a spinning back elbow. I can't remember if it was an elbow or a fist. But he dropped him in round 1, and then he kind of started spamming it, and it ruined the fight for him, but whatever. Mason Jones, he nearly won the first round back. I'm pretty sure Judd gave it to him. He was landing some big shots, and then in round 2 and round 3, just put the pressure on him, just broke him. Landed some big knees, big elbows, crazy shit. Crowd was going mental. Nearly finishing right at the end of the fight. He was landing some massive knees. Sola was hurt badly. Ref could have stopped it. I think he knew that it was like 3 seconds to go, so, you know, just let it go. And yeah, it was just a sick fight, you know, respect to both guys. They both can need some time off. I'm pretty sure this was fight of the night. If it wasn't, there's a problem. Yeah, it got fight of the night. And deservedly so, you know. As for Mason Jones, again, I don't think he's in the ranking. Should get a rank guide next, especially at lightweight. It's a tough division, deep division. So I think you just give him a guy just outside the rankings. I'm not sure who, but maybe like a Drew Dober or something. That'd be a cool fight. I know Dober's not exactly just outside the rankings, but he's pretty close. So, and it would be a war. So that's what I think we should get next, something like that. As for Sola, he's going to need a lot of time off. He'll probably come back on that Paris card they normally do in September. It's about 6 months. I would advise, like normally I would have said, he should take a bit more time off, but I do think he'll want to fight in front of his home crowd, so... Jesus. That's what I think should be next for each guy, and yeah, sick fight. Next fight that should have been on the main card, we got Bryce Mitchell from England versus Leon Edwards. I don't know why he looks so much like Leon here. They have to have edited that somehow. But, Wood won. I should be more hyped for this fight. Fucking Wood won. I don't know how it was a split decision. I think it was pretty clear. Rounds 1 and 3. Keita, considering it was Nathaniel Winnier debut, I was kind of impressed by him. This is the first time he's properly lost. Like, he had 1 loss on his record, but it was a fluke injury. I do think he can still be a good guy in the UFC. I think he can get ranked. As for Wood, if he doesn't get a guy at least in the top 15 next, something's gone wrong backstage with the UFC, because this matchmaking he's getting is terrible. I think he should fight David Onama. Everyone's saying Josh Emmett. No, Emmett took so much damage last weekend, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. He's going to need a lot of time off. Wood took a little bit of damage here. I think he broke his foot, but I think he can come back. Probably on the Abu Dhabi card. Versus Onama. I don't know what's going on with David Onama. He's not fought for ages, but... Well, he fought a few months ago and got knocked out, but I don't think he's going to be coming back anytime soon anyway. But yeah, Nathaniel Wood gets the dub. We are all happy to see it. Get him a ranked opponent, please. Next fight. Oh, do I have to fucking talk about these next fights? Fuck me. This was a cool fight, I guess. Pinto beat Franco. Looked like shit. This guy's supposed to be one of the better prospects at heavyweight, and he can't even finish a guy on 3 weeks' notice who got finished by a fat bum on the Contender Series on 3 days' notice. So yeah, Pinto... I mean, he still should get a ranked guy next, but... Fucking hell. I was excited for him as a prospect. I'm not anymore. Mantas, that guy, versus Tricoli. Cut Tricoli from the UFC. Jesus fucking Christ. 135 to 29. There was like 4 times where I thought Tricoli was finished, but he stayed in it. I guess he's got a bit of heart now. He didn't before, but... He lost. I still think we'll go decently far in the division. It was his debut, whatever. a lot of the guys underperform on their debut. And he did have him hurt a lot of times. I think he's just got to fix his gas tank and he'll be alright. I don't think he'll ever be anything special though. Jesus. Next fight. It was a bit of a scrap for like a minute and a half, and then Sutherland just got destroyed. 0 total shot. Oh, there we go. Perisic is actually a good heavyweight prospect. I like Pinto. Give him a ranked fight next. I don't know who. Maybe like Mick Parkin or something. Like a Marcin Tybura. He's fighting this weekend, I think. Yeah. Perisic looked good. Got the dub. He said he wanted the 100k bonus so he can give it away to one of his fans, and then they said, fuck you, you're not getting it anyway. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah. Actually, a good fight. I'm excited to see what he does at heavyweight. Next fight, fucking hell. I made a whole TikTok on this. It's on like 150k views. I don't know why it blew up, but... Shamrock needs to get cut from the UFC. Abdul Karim Al-Salwadi. He's actually alright. Not going to be anything special, but he's a decent guy outside the rankings, you know. He's not even that good. I think he can have some fun fights, stylistically, if you get him in there with the right guy. Shamrock, again, looked ass. The most damage he did all fight was after the fight when he punched him after the bell because he didn't want to shake his hand after he'd had like a cunt the whole build-up, so that was something. But yeah, if Paddy wasn't a big star like he is, Shamrock would be working at McDonald's, and yeah, so would half the next-gen guys. To be honest, I do think there's a lot of good guys in next-gen and Cage Warriors, but Shamrock's like the worst one there. Luke Riley's obviously from there, he's pretty decent, so yeah. Al-Sawadi, fucking hell, wins. Shamrock needs to get cut, and yeah. Chanel Dyer versus Ravina Oliveira. She just kind of pieced her up and knocked her out. It was a pretty good fight. I think she'll do well in the division. Obviously, she lost on the Contender Series, but I think the girl she lost to is going to go 35 as well, so... she looked alright. Other knockout. It was a layup fight for her. Oliveira's not good, but I do think she can go far in the division. She's got pretty nice striking. And she actually has knockout power for a women's shorty, which is pretty rare, so that's cool to see. But yeah, weird card, weird main event, weird matchmaking. I'm going to fall asleep, so I'm going to get off this video now. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and go follow my TikTok, because I'm about to post like 8 videos on there. So yeah, see you later.